For those affected, the changes to the impairment requirements in IFRS 9 might be even more significant than classification and measurement. As mentioned earlier, we no longer have impairment testing on equity investments, as gains and losses are either recorded immediately in P&L for those at fair value through P&L or in OCI without any recycling to net income. Similarly, because gains and losses on loans and receivables at fair value through P&L flow immediately through net income, impairment's only required for those that are at amortized cost or fair value through other comprehensive income. Existing IFRS delays the recognition of impairments in these assets until there's objective evidence that a loss has been incurred, which is usually quite late. That's why it was the subject of a lot of criticism during the financial crisis and led the IASB to adopt what it calls the expected credit loss model for recognizing and measuring impairments. Although this might sound cool, calling it expected credit losses can be a bit confusing, since the new model isn't actually about the losses you expect to take in the future. Instead, it's a probability-weighted measurement of all kinds of losses that could happen in the future. In other words, it's basically the discounted amount of the losses that would be incurred if a future default happens, multiplied by the likelihood of the default happening. Because it's based on possible losses rather than merely those expected to occur, and because every receivable has at least some possibility of default, every loan necessarily has an expected credit loss attached to it from the moment that it's originated. So IFRS 9 makes you take a provision for it up front as well.